Have you hired someone with great technical skills only to find out later that they cannot deliver on time and you felt so frustrated? If you answered yes, then this is a video for you. Yes, I'm talking about self discipline. Self discipline is one of the most desirable qualities you want to look out for in the work from home candidates. So, how do you find out if somebody is self disciplined or not? It all starts with the interview. So, self disciplined folks show up at least 5 to 10 minutes early to any important event. They respect time. You can ask them about their typical schedule of the day. In general, self disciplined people tend to have certain routine. If they are talking about some activities that they do on a daily or weekly basis, that means they have some discipline. It could be anything, it could be some hobby or a fitness routine. Ask them, how do they plan their work day or the peak? Someone smart will talk about Eisenhower matrix for the prioritization, or at least having top X priority items planned for the next day. Ask them, do they prefer to work alone or do they like to collaborate with others? Now, the reason you are asking this question is because sometimes work from home can get really lonely and it can affect the productivity of the person. So, if you gather this data in advance and if they are a social type of person, then you want to team up them with someone so that they work well. You can slip in some casual question asking them what are their goals have they set for this year and just check if they have done any progress towards them. If they have done at least some progress, that means they have the capacity to stay disciplined. Ask them what are their most productive hours in a work day and whether they prefer to work in small chunks or can focus for long hours. So, being able to focus for long hours is one of the best qualities to have in a candidate. At the end of your interview round, you can give them some small assignment. Let's say some question which they could not answer. So you can tell them that they can do the research and come back next day on a particular time and see if they get back to you before that time or not. If yes, that means that person is accountable. So judge people by their actions. You can also ask them how do they minimize the distractions during a workday. So a good candidate will answer something like, "I have a separate room for to do on my office work when nobody disturbs me, or I keep my phone away. I'm transparent with my family members. These are my working hours, and I would not like to be disturbed during this time." You may also want to find out what's the strategy to deal with procrastination. So you can ask this question: how do you deal with items on your to-do list that are least appealing? So if they come up with answers such as I do it the first thing in the morning, or I team up with somebody if I find it too complex, I have an accountability partner who constantly reminds me about that important task. So all these are good signs. That means the person can beat the procrastination. Now, this is one more interesting question you can ask. What would you do if you realize in the middle of the project that you are not going to meet the deadline? Here, you want to look out for some smart and creative answers, such as I'll ask for the required support or additional resources. I'll escalate for any dependencies, or at least I'll go back to the customer, I'll negotiate with them, and maybe I'll do a phase delivery where I deliver priority items by the planned deadline, and then maybe I negotiate a deadline for my next delivery. So you definitely don't want to hire somebody who's going to miss your deadline, right? So these are some of the general questions that came to my mind. I'll be curious to know how do you judge, whether somebody is self-disciplined or not. So please do share your thoughts in the comment section. If you're facing any challenges with work from home teams as an IT leader, then feel free to share it with me and I'll be happy to address them in my upcoming posts. That's all for today. Thank you.